Today, we're going to talk about dashi, one of the most frequently used stocks in Japanese cooking. It is full of umami and very simple to make. Now, you can make them in many ways. They come in powdered form, they come in sachets, or of course, you can make it from scratch. 90% of the time when I'm cooking, I use the powdered sachets. This is the powdered form of the seaweed, the katsuobushi, and sometimes the dry sardines. So it's as close to the real thing as possible, but you treat it as a tea bag. You boil it for 5 minutes, and then you have a simple dashi, which can then go into your stews, your ramen soup, or your miso soup. But if I were making something where the soup is the star of the show, I tend to do it from scratch. It's very simple. You need some dried seaweed, which is called kombu in Japanese. Don't rinse the seaweed before making the dashi. These white powders are basically nature's crystallized MSG, so you definitely want to keep them. And you have katsuobushi, which is dried, smoked, and thinly sliced tuna. You can also add dry sardine, but when I'm making it at home, I tend to use one or the other. Now, all you need to do is to grab a saucepan, you add the dry seaweed, and you add water. In the most ideal world, if you have the time, you can leave it overnight. That would produce the best dashi. But you can still make it right away. It wouldn't be that much of a difference. So now, all we need to do is we bring it to a bare simmer. Different Japanese chefs would give you different temperatures, and they're always so precise. Like, for example, my friend brings it to 60 degrees Celsius, and then adds the katsuobushi, brings it to 80. For me, I'm not fussed. So, bare simmer. Once it starts to simmer, you switch off the heat and you let it sit for 5 minutes. I'll see you then. After 5 minutes, you can see the seaweed has softened. If you are making a vegetarian dashi, you take the seaweed out and it's good to go. If you're making the non-vegetarian version, this is when we add the katsuobushi or the dry sardines or both. I once asked my chef friend Sholan what his secret was to an amazing dashi. She told me basically add a shit ton of katsuobushi, more than you think you need. So that's a shit ton of katsuobushi, and we let it steep for another 5 minutes. You don't want to move them around or disturb them too much, because that would cloud your dashi. If you want a clear dashi, you just let the katsuobushi slowly sink. I remember once I was traveling in Asia and a pizzeria served katsuobushi as their pizza topping. And with the heat of the pizza, the thinly sliced tuna would just start moving in waves, and I was fascinated. One day when you order a pizza, try to put some katsuobushi on top. I think your kids would be fascinated. All right, after 5 minutes, you take out the seaweed. You can cut them into strips and serve it as a salad. And you take out as much katsuobushi as you can. And then you strain. You clean up your mess. And congratulations, you just made umami in its liquid form. I hope you enjoy.